Hey YouTube, it's a beautiful day out. Decided to film in front of the great outdoors on a whim to update everybody on some of the many things I'm involved in. It's been a little bit since I've made a video. So first thing, I got a new miner, one of my first at-home ASICs. So it's able to run on normal wall power. It doesn't need any special wiring or anything. So I figured I'd give it a try. It's a KD Box Pro, and the specs on it looked decent at the time, and it had come down in price a lot. These things used to be like $6,000, and of course, with the market the way it is, I snagged one for about a grand, a grand. Um, and the profitability has historically been like as high as like depending on the price of KDA, up at market highs at like $25, you could spit out $30 a day pretty easily on one of these things. Um, Obviously, I didn't expect that now, but in a market where we've recovered and I hold on to the KDA, it sounded like a pretty good idea. So I've been able to plug it in and I've been hashing away, and just recently a new ultra powerful Bitmain KDA miner has been released with actually it's being teased. It gets the actual specs gets released on the 13th, and as of filming, this is several days prior. So, but the teaser is like triple digit terahash, and this at home series has like 2.6 terahash. So I've been noticing every day the rewards just creep lower and lower and lower and lower. I mean, it's been about a half of the rewards of what I actually expected. So, gonna need a serious bounce in the KDA price to turn a profit at any point soon. Moving on, big news in helium. This has been rocking the world of the helium and solana world, because helium has decided to abandon its layer 1 coin and join forces with solana. Now there's a lot going on here, a lot going on behind the scenes. Needless to say, the community is feverishly mixed. I can see a lot of good from this, and I can see a lot of bad from this. My personal feeling is that long term, it might actually be good, because Solana's got a lot of big development going behind it, and even if the Solana network has huge outages, it might still be better than helium. Short term, it never looks good to abandon your own layer 1 and say some other layer 1 is better, in my opinion. And we're in the middle of like so much ruckus about helium anyways. So, we'll see. HIP 70, if you want to vote on it. The problem also is, as the community is upset about that, the people who have the most voting power are just going to push this through anyways. So it's like they come up with their idea, they say, hey, let's put this to a vote. It's totally community run, and it really only consists of a handful of people with a lot of helium to vote with. So short-term good news is that there's not going to be any need for validators anymore, and they're going to return that to the miners. So miners might see a little bit of an uptick in their revenue, but it's very small. And my thought is that by the time this goes through, there's going to be so many miners still coming online anyways that you actually probably might still be getting less rewards, just because of the amount of new miners. I mean, even with people being upset, there's still new miners coming online every day. So that's the helium update. Loaded Lions updates. We're still getting a hoodie. Cyber Cubs are getting socks. That's pretty cool. I originally thought it was really stupid because like socks, great. But apparently there was a meme when the hoodies were announced that the Cubs were always saying win socks, and so Crypto.com I guess just said, hey, here's some socks, and I guess that's actually pretty funny. So socks. Plus I could always use socks. I need some socks. So Lions and Cubs looks like they're making progress towards trying to have some sort of meaningful utility. That's pretty cool. There's still a game at some point that's going to come around the corner. And while talking about it, VVS is also still in existence, and they recently released their miner moles. And those seem to be doing pretty successful so far. They're going to offer a boost in farms, and you can have up to 10 of them in 2 farms for some sort of farming APR boost. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be released soon, and there's also going to be some sort of Tamagotchi-like game apparently with them. And the rarity of your VVS miner is going to affect certain things. I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. Who knows? On to something I haven't talked about in a while, and still kind of waiting to receive a refund from, is the Awair miner in the background over there. Shout out to the Nerdy Dude Stuff channel, I think it was. I saw a video where he mentioned that maybe there was a project in development that might be able to utilize the sensors and make them useful for something at some point. So maybe pay attention to him. I'm sure it's one of the dead projects that's getting no traction with a lot of things. So if there is something useful to be done with it and you haven't thrown it away yet, could be worth keeping an eye out for. And if you don't hear anything about it directly, I'll filter it through to you eventually in 2-3 months, whatever happens, because I just Google everything constantly. So that might be exciting to get, and I'm expecting the refund. I think the date was supposed to be 9/29, so that's cool. Also on to another project that I haven't talked about in a while is the Exa miner. I have the do-it-yourself version, the at-home build, but I did buy a license for it, and that has been going very smooth, very steady. I actually really enjoy running it. Probably still not making that much off of it. But I'm providing 7 terabytes of storage, and I'm slowly filling up every month. I'm slowly getting a little bit more storage. I think the license is going to help once they get all that stuff sorted. So my rewards are going up. I'm still under 1 terabyte of storage, so I have a long way to go. But it's pretty cool. So it's just set it and forget it for me, and at some point, maybe I'll be sitting pretty with that SCP. Also, another thing worth mentioning is the ETH merge. That looks like it's actually going to happen. I know I seemed a little bit skeptical in my last video, but for sure, this looks like the time. So, stuff can always happen, but the merge looks like it's going to go ahead, and so if you are mining on a GPU, currently mining Ethereum, I'm going to have to figure out something else to mine. I personally have made the transition to Flux. All of my GPUs are mining Flux now. It's actually not as profitable currently as Ethereum, but I actually really like the Flux project. Very bullish on it, as is everyone online apparently. So we'll see where that goes. Hopefully, who knows what's going to happen when all the GPU power transitions to other projects. I think it's going to be chaos for a while. It might even be worth sitting out for a little bit just to see what happens, but it's going to be madness. Anyways, I'm mining Flux, and I'm holding Flux. So I'm also running a Flux node, so I'm deep into Flux. Hopefully it'll be Flux and great. With that being said, I also wanted to update everybody on, the other stuff. Alright, sorry, I had a brain fart. I don't know where I was going with that, and I don't feel like editing anything, so that's just going to stay there. Probably no one's going to be watching 10 minutes in anyways. I'll save whatever I was trying to think about for my next video. Still trying to grow the channel. Like, subscribe, comment, give me feedback. Really not getting enough feedback, and I know it's probably my fault for not doing videos. But I also don't have the dog right now anymore either, so I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, toodles.